Hello everyone, we meet again. But in today's video, I'm going to be going over every single book on my shelf that I have not read yet. Also known as all the books on my physical TBR. So I think we should just get right into it. I actually don't have as many as I thought I did. I mean, I actually do have a lot. That's a lie. Alright, we're just gonna get on with it. On this shelf, I've read every single one of these books. And then we make our way downtown. So the first one on my TBR that I think I might be reading next, not quite sure. I might save it for the winter time because it's set in the winter. But I have Eileen here by Ottessa Moshfegh. I've read Moshfegh's My Year of Rest and Relaxation. And I was obsessed with it, so I decided to get another book of hers. I looked on Goodreads under the reviews. Sometimes I do that. Most of the time I like to just go in not knowing much about the book, but I wanted to know if it was a good one or not, obviously. And this one had like the most stars, I believe. Let me fact check. I'm not quite sure if that's correct. Okay, so yes, according to Goodreads, Eileen is her second highest rated book besides My Year of Rest and Relaxation. I read the first page of it and it caught my attention so quick, so I kind of want to read it soon. By the way, go follow me on Goodreads. If anyone requests to be friends with me, I accept, so let's be friends. You can see what I'm reading before I post videos on them and look at my ratings and stuff. If you've read this book, convince me to read it. The next book I have here, that happens every time. The next book I have here is In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. I'm not quite sure, but this is a memoir. If you plan on reading this, just make sure to check the trigger warnings. I heard that it's pretty heavy. I got this in the summer. I probably got this in May, around May. And every time I go to pick it up, I get a little nervous because the words are a little tiny. But I have been meaning to read this one for a really long time. Hopefully I could get to it soon. So yeah. Also, if you read this one, or if you've read any of these, please comment below and force me to read them. Please and thank you. The next book that I have here is Play It As It Lays by Joan Didion. This is the only Joan Didion book that I have on my shelf, and I've been meaning to read this for forever. I originally got this because it was part of Barnes & Noble's buy one get one half off deal that they do like on their tables, so I picked it up. I picked this one up actually like a few months ago also and started reading it, and it's a little too, the writing is a little too smart for me. Once I'm feeling confident, I will get around to this one. After that, right next to it, I have The Defining Decade, Why Your 20s Matter, and How to Make the Best of Them Now. Funny enough, I'm like halfway done with this actually. I got this like 2 years ago and I started reading it, but never finished it. So I might have to start rereading this because I do not remember from 2 years ago what this is all about. But yeah, and I'm in my early 20s, so I have to read this before I turn 30. Hopefully that happens. After that, I know everybody yell at me. Everyone yell at me. Six of Crows. I always get nervous to pick this one up because I heard that you have to read the Shadow and Bone trilogy before you read the Six of Crows duology. Please let me know if that's true. Because if it's not, then I will just get started on this one. Like, I don't want to get confused and like out of sorts. After Six of Crows, I do have The Virgin Suicides. I think I bought this one with the Play It As It Lays. I don't really know why I haven't read this one yet. I bought this in the beginning of January, so I should have read it then. I feel like, to me, this gives me like winter vibes, but it could also give me fall vibes. I know there's a movie with this too, which I have not seen. I'm one of those people that I want to read the book before I watch a movie. Next on deck is The Cruel Prince. I know I made a video when I bought this book, my forcing myself out of my reading slump video. My friend bullies me to read this every single day of my life. I need to. I am just afraid of series. Ugh. My theory is like I have to read every single book on my TBR before I get to this one, because I can't buy 2 more books and still have my entire TBR. Does that make any sense to anyone? That's just how I feel. It's my truth. I do want to read this one in the fall though. Fantasy just gives me fall. Maybe I'll get around to this soon, maybe I won't. Not quite sure. I just don't want to buy the other 2 books, and I feel like once I finish this one, I'm gonna have to buy the other 2 books like immediately, and I do not want to do that. So that's the only thing that's holding me back from this one. Another one I have is One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Taylor Jenkins Reid is probably my favorite author. Funny story about this one. My mom comes outside to me and she goes, "Have you ever heard of this book?" And I'm like, "Have I ever heard of this book? Have I ever heard of this book?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Mom, I love Taylor Jenkins Reid." And then she said that she ordered it by accident. She meant to get a different book, but this was like in her cart, so she just gave it to me. So love you, girl. I heard a lot of really good things about this though. I just read 2 romance books, so I kind of don't want to read romance currently. I'm kind of over romance right now, so this might have to be put off even further, but maybe someone will convince me and I'll just read it. Who knows? Okay, next we're getting to my stack of books here. I have The Paper Palace by Miranda Colley Heller. I think that's how you say it. I saw someone do a TikTok on this book, and it was also on Reese's Book Club's table at Barnes & Noble, so I decided to pick it up. I think this is very similar to My Policeman. No, it's not, sweetie. It's just a love triangle. And I have big book phobia, and this book is pretty thick, so I'm terrified. It's giving like spring, summer, so maybe I'll save it for the spring, but you never know. After that, I have A Little Life. I have been meaning to read this in the fall. So it's coming to be that time. I can't put it off anymore. I am so scared of this book because you have to be in a pretty good mental space to read this one. And am I okay? We'll never know. The truth is, we'll never know when I'll be ready to read this book. I mean, is anyone mentally ready to read this? I don't think so. I've seen so many reading vlogs of people just incessantly crying. And bingo, big book phobia again. This is like 800 pages long, so it's a thickie. I mean, I heard the writing is great. I mean, I heard it's a great book. I am just scared. Next up, I'm getting into the recent buys, the recent ones. I'm gonna kind of go through these ones faster because I made a haul on them, so they're not really a big surprise to you, but I will show you anyways. Okay, so I have Carrie Soto is back. This is the second book to Malibu Rising. Oh, you can't see it on the camera, but it's down there. I just recently read Malibu Rising, so I kind of want to read this one really soon because it's already like fresh in my mind. So, Carrie Soto. Love to hear from her. Hopefully soon. Next, Love in the Time of Serial Killers. I got this in New York. This is a romance though. Not really into romance right now. Not trying to read this soon. I mean, maybe. Who knows? And then I also got this one in New York. Norwegian Wood. I really want to read this one soon too. The thing is I ordered tabs and they're coming tomorrow. And I want to tab the heck out of this one because Harry Styles loves this book and I love Harry Styles, and I want to know his thoughts and figure out why he loves this book so much. So I'm just waiting for my little annotation guides to come in and hopefully I'll start this one. Norwegian Wood. I have Agatha Christie's Halloween Party. I will read this in October, obviously. I wish it was Halloween right now. I love Halloween. I mean, we have like 2 more weeks till I get around to this one, so there we go. X-Hex. This is a romance book about witchcraft. That seems really interesting to me. Although I'm not really on the romance kick right now since I just read 2 of them. This is gonna have to wait, but in the near future, she will be read. I'm getting into my thriller era, alright? In my dreams I hold a knife. Yikes. Sounds scary. If I am correct that this is a dark academia, correct me if I'm wrong. I just read The Secret History not too long ago, and I gave it 4 stars originally, but I just went back today and gave it 5 stars because I truly can't stop thinking about this book. Following that, Ninth House, also a dark academia that I want to get started with soon. I heard really good things about this one and it makes me want to read it, so this one will be coming soon. Following that, we have Bunny, also a dark academia. Guys, after reading The Secret History, I'm going into a spiral. It was very popular on like Pinterest and all the social medias. I just haven't gotten around to it, and hopefully this upcoming October/November, it will be my time. Hopefully. Then, Stephen King's Misery. I haven't read Stephen King yet, and I wanted to start off with this one because I feel like I relate to the main character. This is about a fangirl of an author, and she meets the author, traps him in her basement, and then forces him to continue on with his like famous series. That sounds like me with Harry Styles, but I'm not that crazy. I might be. I don't know, but I want to read this before I watch the movie. This is also gonna be an October pick. Lastly, I have Patti Smith's Just Kids. This takes place in New York City, which I just recently went to, so I kind of want to read this one soon. Maybe this will be my next read. I also love, I don't know if you can see, but the pages are like rigid and I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So yeah, this is all I got. I do this in every video and I regret it every time. These are all the physical books I have on my physical TBR. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and comment below what books are on your TBR. Physical or mental. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.